Scott Walker has given women the back of his hand. What Republican Tea Party extremists like Scott Walker are doing is they're grabbing us by the hair and pulling us back.
Who has my back? When they ask themselves that question, they will consistently say, Charlie Preston, Democrats will have my back. Thank you, Amy.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz at it again. Those were her latest comments comparing both Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker and Florida Governor Rick Scott to wife beaters.
And with rumors of dissatisfaction among the Democratic Party with their leader, is it time for the Florida Congresswoman to go? Here to comment is Virginia State Delegate and the GOP nominee in Virginia's 10th congressional race, Barbara Comstock. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Now, to be fair, that second piece of video is actually an older piece of video, but it has just surfaced. Are these comments, is this just something where it's a catchphrase that she uses in her vernacular, commonly, or is this a real problem? Is it a deliberate attack, likening their behavior to domestic violence?
Well, I think these are obviously deliberate, and she's doing this to distract from the failed economy that the Democrats can't run on, the unworkable health care plan, and now the increasingly dangerous international situation. But here's the hypocrisy about it. People like Debbie Wasserman Schultz and this White House make those kind of attacks regularly, but they ignore my male opponent made an attack on me saying I had never even had a real job. Now, that when my opponent made that silence, no attacks from Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Obviously, it's false. I'm an elected official. I'm a chairwoman of a committee. I've been a senior government official, a senior aide to the congressman that I'm replacing. So my opponent insulted, federal employees, women who are attorneys, working moms, at-home moms. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz was nowhere to be found. So this is really the double standards and the hypocrisy they have on these issues. And I find it ironic that the White House is throwing her under the bus, yet they're protecting a Democrat man like my opponent and saying nothing.
You're feeling the real war on women.
Well, exactly. And the real issue here is they do not, Democrats, whether they're male or female, do not want to talk about the real kitchen table issues that we're hearing every day. This economy is hurting people across this country, certainly in my district. The health care plans, people are telling us how they're losing their health care plans or their costs are going up every day. And this international situation, ISIS and what is going on there is really becoming frightening and a dangerous situation. And I have an area that has lots of defense workers, and we need to restore the sequester cuts. And this White House, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, my opponent, says nothing about responsible defense cuts. So these are the real issues that people want to talk about. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz, whether or not the White House likes it, I think she's doing their job of trying to distract from the real issues.
And Debbie Wasserman Schultz saying she's not going anywhere. She says, you might want me to leave, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm sticking around. Barbara Comstock.
I think she should maybe look at the men in her own party who are treating women pretty dismissively and demeaningly and ask them to apologize.
Barbara, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up on the program, the Justice Department's Fast and Furious program ended with the death of border agent Brian Terry. How does this family feel about Attorney General Eric Holder's recent resignation? We'll ask his uncle next hour.
And a new study says Congress almost never works a full week. Are you the same way? We didn't think so.